The hip-hop world is buzzing once again, and this time, the tea is scalding. Rumors have been swirling about a developing situation between three high-profile names: Yo Gotti, Glorilla, and Angela Simmons. What started as a power dynamic between label boss and rising rap star has now morphed into something far more personal, emotional, and, to be honest, kinda shocking. Word on the street is that Yo Gotti, the Memphis rap mogul and head of CMG, wasn't the main man in Glorilla's life like many assumed. Instead, insiders suggest that he may have been nothing more than a side piece, a backseat rider to Glorilla's real romantic connection. Even more surprising, Angela Simmons, who was once publicly courted by Gotti himself, has now broken her silence on the whole situation and claims she always knew this might happen. Let's break this down because it's not just a juicy love triangle, it's a story that touches on power, fame, female independence, and the messy realities of mixing business with pleasure. Yo Gotti, best known for his massive influence in Southern hip-hop and his very public affection for Angela Simmons, has been seen spending more and more time with his CMG singing, Glorilla. As one of the hottest female rappers in the game right now, Glorilla has been gaining both fans and media attention for her unapologetic attitude, signature deep voice, and straight-up bangers that dominate social media and streaming charts. It made sense for Gotti to be involved in her rise. After all, he signed her. But soon, people began to question whether their relationship extended beyond business. Their chemistry at shows, interviews, and behind-the-scenes footage became impossible to ignore. Fans speculated. Blogs whispered. And then came the late-night sightings, the not-so-subtle Instagram likes, and the interviews where both of them danced around the idea of something more. What was once professional speculation turned into fan obsession. People started asking, are Yo Gotti and Glorilla together? If so, what happened to Angela Simmons? The answer to that question is multi-layered. Angela, known for her poise, class, and the famous Simmons name, was the object of Gotti's affection for years. Remember the iconic lyric from Down in the DM where he shouted her out? That wasn't just a bar, it became a movement. Gotti manifested Angela, and to everyone's surprise, he actually got her. The two were seen vacationing together, posting matching fits, and for a minute, it looked like Gotti had finally secured the woman he had admired from afar for so long. But behind the Instagram filters and red carpet smiles, something was brewing. While Gotti appeared to be living the dream, insiders claimed that his attention wasn't fully on Angela. Despite being publicly involved with her, his connection to Glorilla only grew stronger. Studio sessions went from late-night work to even later-night conversations. Allegedly, Gotti began confiding in Glorilla, showing up for her not just as a boss, but as someone emotionally invested. And according to people close to both artists, Glorilla wasn't exactly shutting it down. In fact, she may have been entertaining Gotti's interest, even if she had someone else in her life holding her heart. This is where the twist gets deeper. Sources now say that Glorilla had been in a private, serious relationship with a non-industry man for quite some time. A businessman with deep connections in fashion and tech, her real boyfriend allegedly kept a low profile to protect both Glorilla's brand and the complex situation she was in with her label boss. While Gotti was making public moves, this other man was supporting Glorilla in silence, traveling with her privately, investing in her ideas, and forming a real bond far away from the cameras. When the news of this relationship began to leak, Yo Gotti was reportedly blindsided. He thought he had something real, something developing, maybe even a future beyond music with Glo. But to realize that he was possibly just the side dude, a placeholder for someone else, that hit hard, and Angela Simmons. She watched it all unfold from the sidelines. In a recent conversation, Angela made a brief but powerful comment. I always knew this may happen. It was a classy but telling statement. She didn't shade Gotti. She didn't throw Glorilla under the bus. She simply acknowledged what many women intuitively sense. When a man's energy is split, it's only a matter of time before it shows. Angela's response speaks volumes about her maturity and self-respect. She knew Gotti had eyes for others, perhaps even suspected that his relationship with Glorilla was more than just mentorship. Instead of dragging the situation out or trying to compete, she stepped back and let the chips fall where they may. And now, as Glorilla publicly moves on with her new man, Angela's quiet strength looks more admirable than ever. This entire situation also sparks a larger conversation about the music industry and the complications of power dynamics. When a male label head begins to show romantic interest in a female artist he signed, things can get messy, fast. Even if feelings are mutual, there's an underlying imbalance of power that can turn a simple flirtation into a PR disaster. For Glorilla, keeping her real relationship a secret may have been a strategic move to protect herself, her image, and her career trajectory. She's a woman navigating an industry known for exploitation and manipulation, and it appears she played the game smart. Let Gotti think he was the man, keep the public focused on the music, and all the while, keep her real love life out of the spotlight. But now that the truth is surfacing, it's hard not to feel for Gotti. Whether he was truly in love or just caught up in the thrill of the situation, it's clear that he didn't see this outcome coming. Watching Glorilla openly glow with someone else, while Angela gracefully exits stage left, puts him in an awkward position both professionally and personally. Fans are starting to question his judgment, his ability to separate business from pleasure, and his emotional maturity. Meanwhile, Glorilla is winning. She's topping charts, building her brand, staying booked, and now openly dating someone who seems to really value her outside of fame. For a female rapper, that kind of balance is rare and powerful. She didn't fall into the trap of needing a powerful man to define her worth. Instead, she flipped the script, kept her real situation private, and let the world find out on her terms. As this story continues to develop, one thing is clear: the narrative of who holds the power in these relationships is shifting. No longer are women in the industry dependent on male cosigns to thrive. Glorilla is proof of that. Angela Simmons is proof of that. And Yo Gotti? Well, he might just be the cautionary tale in this story. A man who had everything, the girl he dreamed of, the artist he helped launch, and somehow still ended up alone. However, Angela Simmons is no stranger to heartbreak, but this time she chose grace over gossip. Until now. In a recent conversation that's gone viral across blogs and social platforms, Angela finally spoke out about the situation. And what she said had everyone talking. With calm but cutting clarity, Angela revealed that she told Yo Gotti long ago that karma has a funny way of showing up. She explained that when Gotti left her for someone else, she felt blindsided, disrespected, and discarded. But even in the middle of her pain, she knew one thing: the same way he walked out on her without warning, someone else would eventually do the same to him. And now, watching Glorilla reportedly move on to a new man, allegedly someone completely outside the music industry, Angela feels a mix of closure and confirmation. It's not about being petty or bitter, Angela reportedly said. It's just about recognizing patterns. How you treat people eventually circles back to you. Gotti thought he had something shiny and new, and maybe he did for a while. But everything that glitters isn't gold. That statement sent shockwaves through the entertainment world. Because here's the thing, Angela didn't come out with a tell-all book, a diss track, or a dramatic Instagram rant. She delivered her message with poise, and that hit even harder. The internet lit up with reactions, many siding with Angela and praising her maturity. Others began to speculate what exactly went wrong between Gotti and Glorilla. According to several insider sources, things began to fall apart between the two when Glorilla started distancing herself from the CMG brand. While fans assumed she was just branching out as an artist, those close to the situation say she was also distancing herself from Gotti personally. Some reports even claim that Glorilla started dating someone new, a low-key entrepreneur outside of the spotlight who reportedly treats her with the consistency and care she's been craving. And here's where things get even more layered. Angela Simmons didn't just stop with one cryptic comment. She followed it up by sharing a post on her Instagram stories with a quote that read, "People always come back around. But by then, your seat is gone." The internet went wild. Was she talking about Yo Gotti? Was it about closure? Or was it just a coincidence? Most fans didn't think it was random at all. In fact, they saw it as a full circle moment. The man who once made a whole song about chasing Angela then left her for someone else, only to get left himself, and now Angela was watching from the sidelines with peace, power, and purpose. As the fallout continues, Yo Gotti hasn't said much publicly. His usual presence on social media has been noticeably quiet, and while he's been spotted at events, there's been no sign of Glorilla by his side. Fans are speculating that he's feeling the sting of being played, not necessarily in a malicious way, but in a way that mirrors his own past actions. The irony isn't lost on anyone, and Angela Simmons, for her part, is glowing. Literally. She's been showing up at events, launching new business ventures, and posting content that shows a woman fully in control of her life. No messy clapbacks, no pity parties, just a quiet confidence that's got everyone talking. Some fans are even calling for her and Gotti to get back together, saying this could be a redemption arc in the making. But others argue that Angela's too evolved to go back to something that already showed her its true colors. The real question isn't whether Gotti will come crawling back, it's whether Angela would even entertain the thought. And judging by her recent interviews and energy, the answer might be a firm no. This story isn't just about celebrity drama. It's about cycles, growth, and the reality of relationships in the spotlight. Angela Simmons represents countless women who've been overlooked, only to watch their exes learn the hard way. And Yo Gotti's situation is a cautionary tale for those who think the grass is always greener. Glorilla, meanwhile, is proving that she's not just a rapper. She's a woman who knows what she wants and isn't afraid to walk away when things no longer serve her. In the end, Angela's message is a powerful one. Not because it's filled with revenge, but because it's rooted in truth. She told him, she warned him. And now, she's watching it all unfold. Not with bitterness, but with wisdom. As the public watches to see what Yo Gotti does next, one thing is clear. Sometimes, the people you hurt on your way up are the ones who get to watch you fall back down. And Angela Simmons, she's just getting started. So what happens next? Will Gotti speak out? Will he try to win Angela back or publicly address the situation with Glorilla? Will Glo go public with her new man officially or continue to let the streets talk while she stacks her wins? Only time will tell. But if there's one thing we can all learn from this saga, it's this: when you mix business, power, and romance, you better be prepared for the fallout. Because not everyone plays the game fair and not everyone plays to lose. Let us know in the comments what you think. Was Yo Gotti really the side dude in Glorilla's life? Did Angela Simmons dodge a bullet by stepping away? And who is this new man that has Glo glowing up like never before? This story is still unfolding, and we'll be here with every update, every angle, and every piece of tea. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more breaking stories from the world of hip-hop, celebrity drama, and the truth behind the headlines.